fucking around, fucking around, fucking around, fucking around. That's how we start it.
That is a new thing. Okay, I'm not even going to explain that. Fucking around, it's fine.
Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
I am drinking for. It's not true. There's been a couple of exceptions. I've had like the odd bottle here and there, something different. But I've been drinking Thatcher's Haze almost exclusively for about 2 months now, and we got a delivery today of some Thatcher's Gold, and it is true what they say, variety is the spice of life. I am on my 4th one of these, and I am happy.
Oh, that explains that little song at the start then.
Not entirely, but let's not. Well, can't live in the past. I'm also feeling quite smug as well.
Yeah, why are you smug?
Because I cooked a stew this evening.
Oh, it was good.
We finally got our hands on some self-raising flour, and thank you to Ellie's mum who gave us that, and Heather.
I was going to say, she has a name.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Ellie's mum.
For the flour we made, and the dumplings, they came out really nice and fluffy. And
they were, and I'd only ever had your previous dumplings, which you said were a bit crap, which I actually quite liked. But they were the first time I'd have had proper dumplings, and you're right, they were better.
Yes, and it was a vegan stew. But I'm feeling smug, not just because I made a stew, but because I wore this very nice sort of bright white T-shirt the entire time, and then I ate the stew.
Oh, you did say. Undoubtedly, I will.
Convinced that I was going to get some sort of food spilled down this, either while cooking. I mean, you know, I'm 35, right? I shouldn't be showing off about the fact that I can cook a meal and eat it
Not
without
just
spilling
showing
food down myself.
Smug.
But like,
smug.
I am smug because I had to fry off the sausages, and I had to cook all the vegetables. I had to put all the liquid in, and then
I can
I had to
imagine.
make the dumplings with flour everywhere, and then I had to eat it. And it's quite a sort of runny meal, isn't it, a stew? And if you're eating that, we weren't at the table, like leaning over a table. We were eating that off our laps in front of the telly.
No, this computer is on our only dining table, so yeah,
there was
none of that.
Ample opportunity for spillage, and no spillage. Still in a nice white clean T-shirt, so happy with that. Who amongst you can say the same?
Tired of you, Babs.
Thank you.
Oh, hello guys. So all sorts to cover. I don't know quite where to go. So I might as well start with, we got very excited and animated about a story yesterday, which I should quantify/clarify. The Big Brother thing. I did a bit of research into it after having that conversation yesterday, because I'd completely forgotten about it after Jo mentioned it, because we were talking about something else when she mentioned it, and then it sort of went out of my head until we were filming yesterday, and I mentioned Dead Set because we were talking about Charlie Brooker. But yes, so I will quantify. I was under the impression that there was a series of Big Brother going on somewhere else in the world, and they hadn't told the contestants about the COVID crisis. That was at one point true. It is no longer true. They did that. Well, actually, there are series.
You could say that about all series of Big Brother in the past. There were series of Big Brother that were ongoing, and the contestants had not been told about the COVID crisis.
Okay, facetious man. But they were in a couple of different countries. I think Canada, Brazil, and Germany were the ones that were mentioned that had series of Big Brother going on, and the housemates had gone in. The COVID stuff had been bubbling under, but it certainly wasn't to sort of global lockdown proportions when they went in. I could only actually then find stories about the German house since then. They did tell them quite a while ago now, it was sort of early April, which in 2020 years is about 8 months ago. But yeah, it was, I think, around about the 5th or 6th of April, they actually told them. So they did a live show, told them the news, showed them some headlines, and beamed in some stuff from their families, sort of showing that they were fine. And essentially all of the family's view was, please stay in the house. Your house is the only place in the country where you don't have to do social distancing. It is absolutely guaranteed COVID safe. Everybody can sort of live as a normal life in there. And interestingly, that series is still going on. It is due to finish on the 18th of May. So they've been and I assume obviously not being able to watch the news every day, they were just told that this was going on, and I imagine told that if any sort of further desperately important updates happened that they would tell them, and I assume therefore also tell them if anything was going on with their families or anything like that. All of their families pleaded with them to stay in the house as long as they could. So none of those things that you get on series of Big Brother where somebody has a hissy fit and decides they want to go home because somebody has used their butter or something. All of their families were going, stay there. It's the safest place for you. And in the press release that the German production team gave about the whole situation, interestingly, they'd sort of said when they decided to tell the house that this was going on, they said, well, frankly, if Angela Merkel wanted to do her address to the nation from the Big Brother house, we'd let her, because this is absolutely guaranteed the safest place for them. A couple of celebrity guests entered the Big Brother house after the COVID crisis started, but they all had to be tested before they were allowed in. They weren't allowed to tell them anything about it.
It really adds an edge to the voting process, doesn't it? Like,
if you're voting people out.
I don't think Jamie was pulling his weight in the weekly task. I'm going to vote him back into a dangerous pandemic. Feels like a dick move.
Yeah.
You're playing with people, literally playing with people's lives.
I wonder if they'd have to change it to voting for people to stay. Like they do in Celebrity Big Brother, just to be nicer.
Then it's just a popularity contest, isn't it? And then it's like...
It's still horrible.
Oh, I was the person that people least wanted to save.
That is better, though, than being the people that people most wanted to, like...
I genuinely think, if you're the producers of Big Brother, at this point you just go, well done, guys, you've lucked out here. There's a global pandemic going on. Obviously, we're not going to send you back into that. Obviously, we're not going to withhold information from you. That would be barbaric. We're just going to give you all the news. You can stay in the house. You don't have to perform tasks to earn shopping.
It would be so interesting to watch.
We'll just give you the shopping that you want, and you can, and you're safe, and you've got some company. Well done. Yeah, you can still broadcast that. I'm sure that pandemic.
People would love watching that because it would be like a little bit
live,
of, a little bit of corona-free. Reality to tap into.
Just see some people kind of interact. It's kind of like a soap because they can still have like romances and dramas and arguments and all the rest of it. But just let them know what's going on in the world. Give them what food they fucking want. And well done, guys. You're safe.
I don't know. I think I would limit the amount of real world news I would give them. I think it would be like a daily summary of
interesting.
Well, I just think for their mental health because they can't.
With people's minds.
No, for their benefit. Just be like. You can't.
But how do you decide what stuff they get to know?
Well, maybe they could request in the diary room, but I just think letting them see whatever they want. I think when you're trapped away from it and you can't do anything about it and you can't talk to your family and stuff, I think that might be more upsetting.
Well, let them talk to their family, frankly. Give them mobile phones.
It's like you've never watched Big Brother.
No, but it's not. This isn't. Give up on Big Brother. Let it be its own thing.
But if you're still making a TV program, they've still got to make it a TV program, haven't they?
It's still interesting just watching people all living in a house during lockdown. I think it's unprecedented, isn't it? It's like wrestling isn't the same as it was, but they're doing different things.
Do you want to be watching them have the same conversations that we're all having?
I think at this point you've got to stop thinking about what's good television and just think about what is good for these people trapped in a house. You've got a responsibility to them as human beings. I mean,
I'm not doing anything cruel. I wasn't saying I wasn't going to tell them anything. I was just saying maybe limit it, because actually that's what the mental health advice is to everybody, is limit the amount of news you watch at the moment.
I think one of two things. You either give them phones and everything and let them have access to and televisions and let them choose to have access to what they want like everyone else can do, or you give them this vlog and nothing else.
We missed the trick because it's due to end on the 18th.
Have this vlog dubbed into German.
Have we said, by the way, I can't remember if we've said what date it is. So it's the 15th of May, which is day 56 of our lockdown. So we're at 9 minutes and we've said that.
Hello, German Big Brother contestants, just in case the producers see this and take my advice.
I think you've got delusions of grandeur there, Babs. But yeah, fair enough. So but it's interesting because actually the idea of being in a situation where you are definitely isolated from this, and there probably are other pockets around the world, I guess, scientific, like somebody who's on a science sort of station in Antarctica and places like that, probably going, well, we know what's going on, but we're safe from it. because some of the contestants that left, and have obviously had to go home to their normal lives, but their normal lives aren't normal. Said that they would give anything to be back in the house where you can still hug people and chat and be normal.
This is what I say. Just leave them in there. It's safe and they've got company.
But the whole cast, all of it. But you know they will have been selected for the fact that they're not going to all get on.
But the people who've come out have said they'd rather be back in there. So that's evidence itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
As you well know, I was interviewed about the video that we made.
Yeah.
About my comedy career such as it is right now.
So why did you preface that with delusions of grandeur?
Well, because I described this vlog as us being like a lo-fi Philip and Holly, and I do not know if that is arrogant or humble. I really don't know. Make up your own mind, guys.
It's definitely more sweary, isn't it?
This is more
It's a lot less wholesome.
It is less. It's still pretty wholesome.
We did talk about trying to invite them for an orgy.
Yeah.
I don't think
at
that's
least
wholesome.
We're a real couple. They're just pretending for television.
They're not pretending to be a couple. We just wish they were. No.
Oh.
No. You're thinking of Richard and Judy. They're pretending to be a couple.
That's why she didn't mind too much when he came out as gay. I thought she'd take that as more of a blow. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, right, okay, this is a weird one this evening, and may I say for the record, I actually haven't had much wine yet, but yeah, we sort of sat down this evening to watch a thing which we will talk about, but I didn't actually pour any wine yet. We sat down to watch it, and about half an hour in, old Puppet decided that we were not allowed to watch something on the sofa together.
No.
She let us know that by hurling herself repeatedly at the door until I went upstairs and let her out.
We have attempted a new kind of trick to keep her occupied.
Yeah, which works better than the bird videos.
Yeah,
and actually it works
flattering. Particularly
if we've been in there and then we put this on and leave, she seems to be placated for longer.
So we haven't explained it. We put this on. We put this vlog on the iPad for her.
Put the playlist on.
So she's got our voices in the background while she's in the room, and she feels like, oh yeah, that's
about 28 hours of us babbling on.
Yeah, which is good. That's an official review from a cat. We're better than a video of birds.
That's quite a nice review. Yeah,
it's not bad from a cat, is it?
No, they're not exactly known for being like giving of praise.
I'm hoping
largely aloof.
If we leave her in there long enough with the iPad playing these vlogs, I'm hoping she's going to like and subscribe.
And also, she is racking up our view count, isn't she?
We could do with the numbers.
It's a shame that it is spread over like 56 videos now, so it'll take us a while before it makes a meaningful dent in the viewing figures.
I think I'm a bit more drunk than you this evening, because you're saying you haven't had much wine yet. I'm on my 4th can of cider.
That's my second glass of wine.
I think if one of us is going to get more drunk than the other, I think it's normally you.
Yeah.
And it's not that Ellie cannot hold her drink. That is not the case at all. It's just that
I just drink more.
Her appetite is voracious. And whereas I know
she's just a fucking lush. I know what that is.
I know when to stop. Whereas
do you?
Sometimes, apart from when I drink spirits by the pint, that has proven foolish.
Okay, thanks for that.
Thank you. Do not drink spirits by the pint, even if you have mixers.
Okay. Right, so what we were trying to sit down to watch when you just decided to attack my lifestyle choices was...
support your lifestyle choices. I am all for
you are my lifestyle choices.
I am all for you getting drunk and going out with me. Those two things are not codependent. Like, she still is with me when she sobers up. It's fine.
I don't sober up for long, though, do I? But anyway, so the thing that we sat down to watch, which we still did both watch, but we it was being streamed live. Well, it was. Well,
we watched most
of
it together, but Ellie just had to watch a chunk of it upstairs.
But it was live stream. It was Belly Laughs from Home, Cardiff edition. So Belly Laughs, I assume, is a sort of ongoing...
They do charity gigs in restaurants, I think usually around...
Oh, Belly Laughs.
Yeah.
See what they did there.
And
is that why everybody was so bothered about ordering takeaways throughout?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, so normally they run gigs, comedy gigs in restaurants, so it's supporting the restaurants and it's raising money for charity as well for the comedy gigs. But they're doing, obviously during lockdown, we can't go to restaurants, so they're doing belly laughs at home, and as well as providing an evening of entertainment, they were encouraging people to support their local takeaways.
I just thought they were being nice about supporting local businesses. I hadn't realised there was any particular links to...
but just in a slightly more codified way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was good. And
we were watching that. So that was sort of a selection of mainly comedy, but also some music and some sort of talking head actor bits and stuff.
Lots of
just having a little bit of chat,
all
focused around Cardiff.
Ably hosted by Robin Morgan, who somebody said in the chat reminded them of Dennis Norden.
I can see that. Yeah. I think that might be mainly down to sort of the glasses and styling, but I don't think it's a criticism.
Well, I would be happy if Robin Morgan became the new host of It'll Be All Right on the Night. That'd be good. And Dennis Norden carried on hosting that, I think, until he was well into his 80s.
Oh, bless him.
And Robin is in his 30s now, so if he secures that gig, that could be a job for life.
It could be.
So
was Dennis Norden also to do with Through the Keyhole? I know Lloyd Grossman did the bits.
I don't know. I don't think he ever was.
Well, Lloyd Grossman did the voiceover bits in the actual houses, but I thought it was Dennis Norden that presented that, but it must be someone of that ilk. Anyway, that is massively a aside.
I think was it the guy from the film reviewer guy? Did he?
Let us know in the comments, guys, because us two just both trying to remember a presenter of a TV program.
He was a film reviewer.
Yeah.
And he used to work for the flagship BBC Barry Norman.
Yeah.
I think the flagship BBC film program.
Oh, Dennis Norden and Barry Norman. I've done that.
And then he went to Sky, and then he got a lot of money, but nobody ever heard of him ever again. It's a real shame. That's what happens when you go to Sky.
Okay.
So if Sky ever offer us big money to broadcast this vlog, it is a trade-off.
Yeah, let's take the big money.
Okay.
We can still make sketches and stuff, right? I'm actually very attached to this blog now.
Golden handcuffs deal with Sky.
Yeah, I don't think I want to take a Sky deal. Not that they're about to offer it, but no, I'm quite attached to this. I doubt they're about to.
No.
Because
they're not visionaries.
They can't see talent when
capitalists.
When it's right in front of their eyes. Oh God!
Owned by Murdoch, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose daughter it looks like set to be the new head of the BBC. So that's fun.
Kelly Murdoch.
Is her name Kelly?
I'm guessing.
It is something Murdoch. I don't think it's Kelly.
It's something Murdoch.
Well, she might have another surname.
She could have married, couldn't she?
Or she could just go by another surname. Her daughter is set to be Director General?
That's depressing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Because he owns Sky. Like, BBC should be kind of independent of the Murdoch empire, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Theoretically,
but bullshit. Anyway, right, okay, so what's been going on? Because we're 18 minutes in now and we've talked absolute waffle.
No, we were talking about belly laughs, and it was a lot of fun, and we actually contributed a video, didn't we, the two of us?
We did. Why are you patting me on the shoulder like a sort of old lady who needs to be calmed down?
I'm just being affectionate.
Oh.
I thought that was...
I was like, we did a thing, didn't we?
We
did a thing. Yeah.
Well, I will never touch your arm again.
Yeah, you will.
No. Never touch your arm again, just your bum and your boobs.
Exclusively those bits?
Yes.
I'm sure I can wangle an amendment to that. But anyway.
So...
Elbows. All about the elbows.
But, anyway. We made a video for Belly Laughs, which we will also be putting out on our YouTube and our... Facebook. Which
we couldn't share it previously because it was we were keeping it exclusive to that, but we can now.
Do you want to put it in the feed for this, or do you want to just link to it in the description and I'll put it on mine?
I don't know how to put it in the feed for this. I can link it in. I can put the link in the blurb.
Okay, we'll do that.
I don't know how to do the other bit.
We'll just upload it to this YouTube account.
Oh, I can upload it to the account. I can't upload it to this entry. Right.
No. I mean, like, do you want to put it in like the
yeah, I'll put it as an
for this
additional
vlog?
thing in the playlist. Fine.
Okay.
I could do that with the others that we've done as well.
You could, yeah.
We're just admin
Why
now.
not?
This is just admin.
But it also the evening raised £3,000
Yes.
for charity. I think it's being divided between 4 different Cardiff charities, and you can still donate. So we'll put the link to that in the blurb as well.
Absolutely.
I believe you can still go back and watch all the videos, the whole event on Twitch. If you want to do that, so
which you can.
Why not? Why
you don't need to pay for an account or anything. I didn't know. I've never used Twitch before, but I got an account for this evening because we were watching it downstairs. And as I say, when I went upstairs, I was like, well, I want to keep watching, so I then had to create an account and watch some stuff for a while upstairs. But,
also, I'll be honest, I assumed we were going to have to sit in front of the PC here and eat our stew and watch in front of the computer all night on the less comfortable chairs. But if you have like a Amazon Fire Stick or a Google TV or any of the modern things that people have,
smart TV of any kind, really.
You can download the Twitch app and you can sit and watch it from the comfort of your sofa. So that's great.
Which we did, and it was good.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been doing this evening, as well as watching a very short but brilliant little lockdown edition. Now, we've sort of, before I go into what it was, we've talked about people doing creative things from lockdown, and sometimes it works, but for the most part, I've found things seeming a little bit weird, a little bit disconnected, a little bit odd.
I definitely think that I sort of feel like I miss production values.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why production values are there. Like, it's, you know, the content is great, the performers are great, but there's a reason why things are kind of produced as slickly as possible and made to look nice and edited and all the rest of it.
Yesterday's antiviral wipe actually managed to do a great job
Charlie
of
Brooker's
feeling like it was very close to being true to the normal.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that.
But for the most part, you're doing lots of sort of slightly strange camera angles, slightly off lighting, slightly lo-fi, sort of, or you're doing video chats in which you just can't get the quality that you would if somebody was in the studio or whatever. But we just watched a lockdown edition of Stath Let's Flats.
Now, this is just to sort of preface this by saying, similarly in America, the cast of Parks and Recreation,
which I haven't seen.
Have done a kind of reunion episode where they're all in lockdown and they're interacting with each other online, and you can't watch it over here. I have checked. It is not yet available to watch in the UK in any form. Hopefully it will become available at some point,
right?
Because
we're
big fans of that in this house. And if you've never checked it out, I believe it's
now would be a brilliant time to just plough your way through that.
There is about
brilliant.
7 series of that.
And I envy anyone who does not know who Ron Swanson is, who can just enjoy Ron Swanson.
That's the dream, right? So, like, lockdown is a brilliant time to discover a new American sitcom on a streaming service, because most of the episodes are like 20 minutes, and you can just watch them, and they're so easy, and basically all the big American sitcoms, 30 Rock, Parks and Rec, The US Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, New Girl, Community, Arrested Development, all these shows I am completely up to speed with already, and I would love... We've been watching Modern Family, which I had watched a big chunk of, and we're now up to episodes I hadn't seen.
Yeah, well, we're quite close to the end now, and I'm going to be sad when I finish that, because actually because there's like 20 odd episodes per season, and there's like 10 seasons, even binge watching, you take a while to plough your way through it. But we started watching that. We probably started watching that before lockdown.
But if you haven't seen, if you've not seen any of the sitcoms that I just mentioned, they
watch them all.
Perfect lockdown fodder. They're really, really good.
I think my two favourites of the ones you mentioned are probably Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I am rewatching The Office sort of gradually, the American Office, which I like, but I don't find myself binging it as much as I did with the others. They feel more like standalone episodes. But anyway, so what we were actually linking to, which is sort of a bit more UK based and lockdown specific, is the newest episode of Stath Let's Flats. Now, absolutely perfectly done, I think, considering the lockdown situation, because it's done like they're all supposed to be working from home. It's a letting agent that it's set in, as you might guess from the title, and they're all sort of connecting in to a Zoom chat, basically. But I thought it was absolutely beautifully done. I thought it was really funny. It felt like an episode of Stath Let's Flat. It didn't feel like anything was being compromised in terms of the writing to make allowances for it. It looked like watching what would be a Zoom conversation that they were all having. A couple of little sneaky little bits of sort of plucking on the heartstrings there a little bit with a certain storyline that I won't mention if people haven't watched it, but I would highly recommend watching Stath Let's Flats anyway. And if you have already watched Stath Let's Flats, just pop on YouTube and write it. I'll put the link to it. But if you haven't watched it before, don't watch this as a sort of standalone, because you kind of need to know the characters.
Watch the first 2 series they're on, all 4, and they're really funny.
Yeah, it's really good.
And this special, if you are a fan of Stath Let's Flats, it's only like 8.5 minutes long. It's not like a full-length episode, but nonetheless, it was really funny. It was really well done. Well worth your time. Check that out.
I would hope for that to be included as sort of canon in all future sort of... Nothing really huge plot-wise happened.
If they did like a box set, or if they put it on a streaming service, you would want that episode to be in there.
Yeah.
Right? It didn't have massive plot developments, but it was really fun, and it really...
It was nice. It really felt like you were checking in with those characters. And I do find in that show, I'm so engaged with the characters. Like, they just feel very authentic. I love the writing of it. I love the performances across the board. I think everybody puts in a good effort in that. I love it. I think it's really lovely. It's sometimes a little bit cringy, and I have a low cringe threshold when it comes to comedy. But it works because the people who are going through quite embarrassing situations, it's sort of quite soon afterwards it's water off duck's back. And then because they seem therefore fine about it, I'm then fine about it. So yeah, I love it. So I think it's brilliant.
If you've not seen it, check it all out on all 4 first, then watch the special. Also, I haven't mentioned all those American sitcoms. I feel like I should also plug some British sitcoms that you can catch on streaming services and things over here. So Friday Night Dinners.
Yeah, I love that.
Very good. Derry Girls, if you've not seen that.
Ooh.
That is really good. What else? Mum, which I think has gone
I've not seen that yet.
I think that's gone off iPlayer now, unfortunately. It's very good, though, so if you do get the chance to watch that, if it appears on any streaming services, I'm not sure if it's on Prime or Netflix or anything, but if you get the opportunity to watch Mum, do watch Mum. It's really good. The Detectorists, I'm sure there are others.
What was that? The one
of,
that we started watching not long ago, set in the West Country.
This Country?
Yes.
Ellie has watched a few of those. I've watched all of those. They're really good. So do check out This Country on iPlayer.
Very funny.
Also, a couple of shows which aren't UK sitcoms. I think they are American, but I didn't mention them previously. There is What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my God!
Which stars Tash Demetrio, who is also in Stath Let's Flats, and she's incredible. And also, I can't.
Is that also directed like the film is by Taika Waititi?
Taika Waititi, who directs the film What We Do in the Shadows. It's all about vampires.
It's brilliant.
There's a film of it. There's a TV show of it. It's really good. Taika
Natasha
Waititi, who directed
Demetrio.
and wrote Thor 3. So if you enjoyed Thor 3 Ragnarok, which is really funny, you'll get a kick out of this
also
as well.
Jojo Rabbit and a bunch of other brilliant things.
Yes.
Taika Waititi is brilliant. And yeah, so What We Do in the Shadows has a film which is brilliant, and it has a TV show which isn't related, but it is still the same universe, it's just a different group of vampires.
And one of the vampires is played by Tash Demetrio, another of the vampires is played by the guy... Matt Berry, that was his name, who you will know from...
the IT Crowd and
that's
Mighty
where he plays the voiceover
and...
artist.
Oh, Toast of London.
Toast of London, thank you. Yes. So
I pay attention to my Matt Berry trivia.
And also, is like the guy who does, like, anytime you go to the cinema and there's a booming voiceover on the adverts beforehand, or like he does voiceovers on
his
like
voice
everything.
Is incredible.
He has got an incredible voice. Well done, Matt Berry.
Well done, Matt Berry.
Incredible voice.
Read me a bedtime story.
Bit thirsty.
No, I don't want him to do anything to me in bed. I just want him to read me a bedtime story.
Okay.
Although people do want to do something to me in bed. I also have a crush on Natasha Demetriou. I think comedy women,
is
but
attractive.
bloody hell.
So
yeah.
Also, Shrill is very good on iPlayer.
I don't know why I'm not. Well, is it okay that I'm professing my female crushes?
I'm okay with it.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah.
I'll add in a few of them out at some point and see how you do with that.
Why rush? But yeah, but Shrill is also an iPlayer. It's very good.
Oh, you touched my arm again. Victory.
Boo.
Has no courage in his convictions, that man.
I have courage in my convictions. I'm just sort of
flaky.
Yeah. This was supposed to be the episode where we talked all about Keir Starmer.
Yeah, that's not happening. I will do a little fleeting thing though.
After a week where it's been quite heavy on politics and quite serious.
Yeah, I think we needed a silly one.
This has been a good, fun episode. This is the one to tell your friends about. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was that interesting, but I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I will say that the one sort of real world thing that I'm finding a bit strange is I mentioned yesterday was my niece's birthday. She was with her mother that day anyway, but today she's with her dad, which is my brother, and it's very, very weird not being able to sort of go over there and see her open the presents. But my mum sent me a video. Well, I think David filmed it, but my mother sent it to me, a video of her opening all her presents and stuff, and that was lovely. But yeah, there's real world stuff going on with this that makes lockdown a bit weird, but I sort of feel like we're in the swing of it. We're going to be in it for a few more weeks of this level of lockdown, guaranteed, and I think, judging by some of the real world stuff going on, that lockdown is going to carry on for a while.
Yes,
so buckle up.
We'll talk about that tomorrow on our Keir Starmer special. We're all Keir Starmer all the time, and we'll talk about him a lot. We'll do an in-depth report. I bought this t-shirt, by the way, at a Asperger's R Us gig. They were very funny, but this t-shirt has never felt more appropriate than during lockdown, with people failing to social distance, the bastards.
Yes. All right. I think that's probably a good moment to sort of call it a day there. Then I think.
Yeah.
So if you're not social distancing, you are bastards.
Fucking around.
Oh no, that's not a theme tune. We don't have a theme tune, and if we do have a theme tune, that's not it.
Like and subscribe. There's no shame in it.
There's no shame in it.
There's no shame in it.
Not a bit.